Happy National Small. Oh, okay. So again, thank you for joining today's webinar and happy National Small Business Week. Today's webinar, we will be covering resources to start, run, and grow your business, resources through the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. So just to begin, okay. So just to begin, I just want to introduce myself. I'm James Harris. I am an assistant commissioner here overseeing the Small Business Advocacy Division of the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. I have been with the city for a little over 4 years. Most recently, I was with the Department of Planning and Development, leading major planning initiatives on the West Side, and I have been an urban planner for nearly 15 years, specializing in economic development and land use policy. So again, I just want to give a quick overview of the agenda. I will start with an overview of the department. I will then go over some resources to start your business, resources to run your business, resources to grow your business, and then we will wrap up this webinar with a Q&A session. So as an overview, the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection ensures a fair and vibrant marketplace for businesses, workers, consumers in the city of Chicago. BACP licenses businesses, public vehicles, regulates business activities, protect consumers from fraud, enforces Chicago's labor laws, partners with business servant organizations, and provide free education and resources for businesses. So just an overview of the department's business licensing activity. On average, the department issues 500 brand new licenses each month. It has approximately 18,000 public way use permits active, and approximately 100 customers visit our small business center here on the 8th floor every day. So these business licenses ensure jobs for residents, commercial rents for landlords, business taxes, and beautification and activation of commercial corridors. I just want to kind of give an overview too. In general, on an annual basis, the department has 55,000 active business licenses. There are about 45,000 unique business locations, approximately 65,000 public vehicle chauffeur TNP vehicles issued annually, and approximately 120,000 active business licenses a year. So the department also assists with consumer protection. So we have a prosecution and adjudication division. When complaints are received through 311, they are investigated and they go through a process and adjudication process, which has resulted in about $5.3 million in fines going back to consumers from bad businesses, $150,000 in restitution obtained on behalf of victims, and there are approximately 450 consumer fraud cases brought to judgment on an annual basis. And this data is a little outdated, but this is similar data for this year. Again, the department also oversees worker protections through the Office of Labor Standards. It processes complaints, conducts investigations, mediates disputes, directs settlement proceedings, issues violations, and if necessary, seeks licensure discipline against employers. And by the numbers, there are 600 plus complaints that the department receives on an annual basis. It processes over 400, and on an annual basis, there is approximately $430,000 in restitution to workers. So now I will cover resources to start a business. The first resource I want to discuss is the Neighborhood Business Development Center program, which is the city's free business advisory service that is offered through about 65 business servant organizations that are geographically dispersed throughout the city. These organizations work in partnership with the city to improve the city's small business ecosystem. They provide free hyperlocal support to business owners and startup entrepreneurs throughout the city. And they provide expert training and resources to address common challenges and support key city initiatives. There are three different categories that this program has within its portfolio. The place-based business specialist, which is the 65 organizations. They assist businesses with business planning, marketing, budgeting, a whole range of support that a business might need in order to sustain itself. I kind of like to think of it as wraparound services for businesses. We then have a capital specialist category, which there are 4 capital specialists throughout the city, and they assist businesses in becoming bankable. They provide resources to businesses for different programs that banks might offer. And then finally, we have the peer-to-peer trainer, which is a category where one of our NBDC delegates assists with training other NBDCs to improve their ability to serve small businesses. And so the goal of this program is twofold. It's about awareness, so conducting engagement and outreach to ensure more equitable knowledge and access to programs and services to help small businesses start and grow. And then it's about preparedness, ensuring that clients are prepared to access opportunities that support their business. The other program that the Small Business Advocacy Division has is the Chicago Business Center program, which is 8 business servant organizations located around the city that offer support with business licensing, public way use permits, and connects businesses to other city resources. They also provide funding for underrepresented populations and professional services, including sector-specific guidance. There are 3 simple steps to obtaining a business license. The first step is to determine your legal entity. So whether that is a sole proprietor, a general partnership, a limited liability corporation, or a S Corp, not-for-profit. The second step is to obtain a EIN, an employee identification number, and an IDOR, Illinois Department of Revenue account number. And then you want to come and apply for a business license, and I will go over how you can apply for a business license later on in the presentation. So again, there are 3 simple steps to apply for a business license. And if you want to learn more about what sort of business license you might need, you can start by visiting this website here, chicago.gov/business licensing. So there are other resources that are offered that are not necessarily offered through the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. There is special service areas. Special service areas are geographic districts that are funded through tax levies and provide a special service to businesses that are within its footprint. So not every commercial area is within a SSA. So if you are looking for support through a special service area, please look online to see whether or not your business is located within a special service area. The other initiative that we have here at the city is a local industrial retention initiative. LERIs are agencies that are contracted through the city to provide economic development services to companies located in and around industrial corridors. They help businesses, in particular industrial corridors, with attraction and retention efforts to sustain Chicago's industrial base. Another resource is automatic offices. Automatic offices are really key to connecting businesses to resources and programs that the city might offer that businesses may not be aware of. So you always want to check in and utilize your automatic office as a resource. And then there are libraries. Libraries are ways that the city disseminates a lot of information. Some libraries, such as the Harold Washington Center, have a small business expert on hand to assist you. So please definitely check out your libraries if you need assistance with your business. They are also excellent resources if you need to conduct a meeting, for example, or if you are currently don't have a physical location for your business, you can work at a library, access resources that that library might have. So next, I will cover resources to run a business. So again, the city has a small business center here on the 8th floor of City Hall. It is the city's one-stop shop for business licensing, public way use permitting, and other resources to grow and sustain your business. There are 17 languages spoken here at the Small Business Center by staff. And staff, the business consultants here that staff the Small Business Center offer personalized support and also assist businesses in navigating business licensing through multi-departmental coordination. The department issues business licenses and regulates industries such as retail, liquor, theater, event venues, restaurants, tobacco, mobile food vendors, daycares, manufacturer. A whole range of businesses are regulated by the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. So just a little bit more detail about business licensing. Again, most businesses operating in the city of Chicago do require a city of Chicago business license. Some businesses might be exempt from the requirement of a business license. These are generally businesses that are licensed by the state. Some examples could be services like doctors, attorneys, architects, CPAs, etc. And then there are some trade licenses that are not regulated by the Department of Business Affairs, but are regulated by the Department of Buildings, such as general contractors, electricians, plumbers, and carpenters. So you can apply for a business license in two ways. There is an online platform called Chicago Business Direct. Again, in order to apply for a business license, you can visit this website, chicago.gov/business licensing. Click apply for business license. This resource is available anytime and licenses are processed during business hours. If you need assistance with your license, you can call 312-74-GO-BIZ and you can receive assistance Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The other way that you can apply for a license, you can always come into the Small Business Center here on the 8th floor at City Hall. And you can walk in anytime Monday through Friday between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. And again, if you need assistance, you can go to 312-74-GO-BIZ. So I want to talk a little bit about zoning and inspections. If you walk into the Small Business Center, there are folks who can help you with zoning. One tip before you apply for a business license, you sign a lease or apply for a business loan, you want to ensure that your property is zoned appropriately for the type of business that you are going to engage in. So you want to go online and check the zoning code. You can access the zoning code by Googling Chicago zoning ordinance. There's also a map that you can type in your address and it will tell you what your zoning designation is. You can also come into the Small Business Center and speak with the health consultant for food-related businesses. You can come in for a criminal history check, fingerprinting here at the Small Business Center. And then other inspections are done on site through the Department of Buildings. So DOB conducts building inspections and processes and issues building permits. There is also inspections that are done through the Chicago Fire Department, which ensures fire safety and prevention measures are in place. And then for food-based businesses, there is also an inspection that is done by the Department of Public Health. And CDPH ensures food safety and sanitation and prevents the spread of foodborne illnesses. So just a little bit more about permitting. There are three common permits that businesses look to obtain. The first one is a building permit. A building permit is required for new building construction, renovation, and the installation of heating and cooling systems, or any plumbing or electrical work. Their businesses sometimes may need a public way use permit, and the public way use unit issues permits to business owners who have any items such as signs, canopies, awnings, benches, sidewalk, cafes, etc., that extend out into the public way from their business location. And then finally, the other common permit that businesses look to obtain are loading zones, which is issued through CDOT. And loading zones are designed or designated areas and parking lanes for loading and unloading of deliveries to buildings. So finally, I will cover resources to grow your business. So the city has a website, of course. If you go to chicago.gov/business resources, there are a number of different resources that you can look through that are provided through the department, through the city, county, state, and federal, as you can see here. So please check out that website, chicago.gov/business resources. And then you are attending a webinar through our outreach and education team. They have an excellent variety of webinars, all free of charge, that are offered every Wednesday and Friday afternoon and morning. These videos are recorded and then placed on our YouTube. There are thousands of videos on our YouTube now. So if you're looking for different topics, you can check out our website and our YouTube page and view the different webinars that have been hosted throughout the years. So general topics are access to capital, business planning, and city inspections. There are the small business expos. Again, our next expo is May 31st. And these expos are offered for free. And there are exhibits that help businesses start and grow. And then there is the Entrepreneur Certificate Program. This is a free and optional program available to attendees of the free BACP educational webinars. The program curriculum covers essentials in business planning, financing, marketing, legal topics, technology, and more. After the successful completion of 6 webinars in 6 months, participants are eligible to apply for an entrepreneurial loan with CIBC Bank. And so just again, an overview of the Entrepreneur Certificate Program. It is a free program for anyone interested in starting or growing a business in Chicago to gain knowledge across various essential business topics. Since the program launched, more than 1,000 Chicago entrepreneurs and business owners have successfully completed the program, and all program graduates based in Chicago are eligible to apply for the Entrepreneur Loan Program with CIBC Bank. You can enroll in this program. You can register for the program at BACP Entrepreneur Program Portal. Again, attend 6 webinars from the categories below. So city inspections, business operation and licensing, finance, legal, marketing, and technology. And then finally graduate from the program after attending 6 webinars in 6 months. And then within a week of attending the final webinar, your certificate will be made available on the portal. And so you can check out these webinars at chicago.gov/BACP webinars. And just a disclaimer, webinars attended prior to signing up for the program will not qualify towards the program. The program and webinars are not affiliated with any educational institution. This program does not make your business certified with the City of Chicago, and all financing decisions are made by CIBC Bank. So there are also some frequently asked questions on our website. And then some other useful links here, BACP. For the BACP Entrepreneur Certificate Program, go to chicago.gov/BACP certificate. BACP business educational webinars can be found at chicago.gov/BACP webinars. And then other BACP outreach and educational material can be found at chicago.gov/BACP education. And I'm not going to go over each of these websites, but here are a number of different websites that you can locate different resources. I'll just plug the Small Business Advocacy website if you are looking to know or learn a little bit more about the Neighborhood Business Development Center program or the Chicago business center program, if you are looking for free advisory service, definitely check out that website. Another website I will plug is chicago.gov/NBDC. But I'll leave it here for a moment just so folks can look at these websites. And then you can connect with BACP. We have a webinar. There are over 55,000 subscribers. If you go to chi.gov/BACP newsletter, you can sign up for text alerts, chi.gov/biz alerts. And then finally, if you are looking to connect with us on social media, our social media handle is @ChicagoBACP. And with that, we can open it up for questions.
All right, thank you, James. First question I can handle, will you be sending out this PowerPoint? No, but this entire presentation is being recorded. So check out youtube.com/ChicagoBACP. Check it out. Probably it should be uploaded by tomorrow afternoon. So you'll be able to rewatch this whole thing. And then James, it looks like we have a lot of licensing questions. I'm not sure of your like comfort level with answering those. But I will, we'll see with each one.
Yeah, let's we can go one by one and see.
All right. If a company is structured to own subsidiaries and the parent company is licensed, do the subs also need to be licensed?
Okay, so I'm going to take a pass on that one, actually.
Okay. And I will say, just the phrase subs makes me think of like construction, and those are Department of Buildings.
So yeah, and just one thing on licensing, the city, we have a number of different licenses that are required. So I would just recommend if you have any specific questions related to licensing, please visit the Small Business Center and speak with a business consultant.
Mm-hmm. They also have a phone number.
Right,
let
and
me
I'll go
look. Okay, yeah, if you can.
Is it? I think it's on this
Yeah.
slide.
Wait, go. I think I saw it. Go. One more down there. Oh no, that's the outreach one. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's Go Biz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 312-74-GO-BIZ. 312-744-6249.
Yeah, maybe keep this one up just because there's a lot of licensing. So yeah, and then for people having saying they're like not receiving their credit with the program, I see some people said that they were like logging off a group screen to go onto their phone. That's good. You've got to make sure that the email that you're using, that you're logging into Zoom with, is the same email that you signed up for the program with. I know Stella, who, she's off today, but you guys know her voice. She runs the webinars. That's what she's kind of been telling everyone, that apparently people were logging into Zoom with different emails, and so they weren't, getting the credit that they should have gotten. So just make sure you're in here with the same email that you signed up for the entrepreneurship program with. Another question. I attempted to get my license in the past, but was told that I owe money for my business from a time that I didn't live in Chicago. What should I do?
I would say if you have a debt with the city, you should definitely clear that debt in order to get a business license. That really is the only advice I can give in that instance.
Mm-hmm. Let me check the Q&A. If the business is regulated by IDFPR, like home inspectors, do you need a Chicago business license?
So generally, no. Professional services do not need a license, but like for example, I mentioned CPAs, attorneys, doctors, realtors, for example. But I would, you know, definitely check with the small business center because there could be instances where you might need one. So definitely check in with the small business center here on the 8th floor.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Here's one for licensing. For licensing, do you need multiple licenses if you want to start a mobile business that would be working in Chicago and also outside of Chicago, like Evanston or Wilmette, or are they covered under the same one?
So the city only licenses business and regulates business operations within the city of Chicago. So I would encourage you to check in with those other municipalities as to whether or not you need a business license in those municipalities.
If you are a, excuse me, if you are a sole proprietor, do you need an EIN number to apply for a business license?
Um, I would check with, I'm assuming, I believe so, but again, I would check with the Small Business Center. So if you want to call this number 312-74-GO-BIZ.
Also, now's a good time to remind everyone here on this call, this Thursday on May 8th at 10 a.m., same time as today's, we're going to have a webinar, Steps to Obtain a Business License. So today's webinar was like kind of just the resources that are out there. But for Thursday's webinar, Steps to Obtain a Business License, it's like all of these nitty gritties, and we have you know, actual business consultants who are going to be on that call, able to answer like all these super specific questions.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank Geraldine reminded me of that.
That's a good
then,
point because I think one of the things too with some of these instances, you may need, like there is a question about multiple licenses. It really depends on your business activity. So when you come into the small business center, they will ask you a lot of questions about what you're looking to do with your business, and then they will connect those activities to the specific licenses that are required. So that's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant to answer more in-depth questions on licenses.
mm-hmm. So are there any other questions about like resources that the city or BACP offers? Here's one,
I do
James.
see. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. How do chambers of commerce fit into this, and are they part of the NBDC program?
Yes, so that is a question that I can answer. So I run the Neighborhood Business Development Center program. It consists of, so the way that the program works is that we provide grants to business serving organizations. There are about 65 organizations in the program, and those organizations consist of chambers of commerce, business associations, community development corporations, and any other nonprofit that serves small businesses.
And then also quickly about Chicago business centers, and are they chambers as well?
Yes, so the Chicago Business Centers, they are also business serving organizations. Not all of them are chambers, but some of them are. But generally, they are, again, chambers of commerce, business associations, and then CDC's community development corporations comprise the majority of the organizations that provide services through the Chicago Business Center program. All right. Are there any other questions? If I see one. If I'm doing a part-time side business as a sole proprietor, should I apply for a business license, or is it only for full-time businesses? So a requirement for business license is not determined by whether or not you do it part or full-time. I would check with with the small business center because it is regulated based on the business activity. So it depends on what you are doing. So definitely check in to see whether or not the activity that you are looking to engage in is something that requires a business license. Do
Awesome.
all Chicago public libraries offer business services? I am not certain. I know that Harold Washington does, but you might want to just check the library website to see if that service is offered at any other location.
I think someone asked, how long does a startup process usually take? That's another question that's just very kind of suited to every different business. It depends on, all. If you're a restaurant, you have way more things than, another type of business that you've got to do. So I'll plug again this Thursday's webinar at 10 a.m. Steps to obtain a business license at 10 a.m. And you can ask all these questions to our very smart and capable business license consultants who kind of deal with this every day.
Does the city provide any opportunities for grants that fund programming for nonprofits? It depends on the sort of program. I would just check with our procurement website to see if there are any RFPs that are open. But generally, the city grants funds to nonprofits to perform a service, for example, through the Neighborhood Business Service, the Neighborhood Business Development Center program. We provide grants to nonprofits to then uh, perform business consultations with small businesses. So definitely check out our procurement website, but also you might want to check with the Department of Planning and Development. They sometimes offer grants for physical improvements. All right. Any other questions? Oh, I see questions in the Q&A box too.
And I've been going through those.
Oh, okay, you got those.
Yeah, we got those. Yeah, it looks like we're winding down. Everyone's saying thank you. Very helpful. Again, this webinar was recorded and will be available tomorrow at youtube.com/Chicago BACP. As the person who runs BACP social media, I just want to flag that check out all of our social media accounts this week during National Small Business Week. We're at Chicago BACP on all of them: Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, LinkedIn. Some cool interactive things for small businesses. And yeah, everybody have a great rest of the day. Actually have a great rest of the week, National Small Business Week, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Take care.